Alright, today we're looking at JA Sensei, and there is a website and app version of this. I am a lifetime member of both. I love this program, and it is kind of your all-in-one stop. I'm currently on BlueStacks for the app, and I'm just going to go through it and show you everything that it's got to offer. So I'm going to go to the drop down menu first. You got your account information here, kind of keeps track of where you're at. You go up in rank up here in the corner. You can view your profile, statistics. I haven't bothered to change my photo, so I'm going to stop by the module manager here. So you've got your lessons, and you can install, you've got to download those, install them on your phone, and this is for the app. So you see it's got 44 lessons with dialogues and exercises, and I'll show you that here in just a second. It's got your kanji, vocab, phrase book number, and you can just see as we go down through all this. Here's where I really like getting into it, the oral comprehension. The culture book I find to be just kind of a neat little bonus. I've read through it a little bit. It's nothing really to do with learning the language, but it's some fun little things to read through. The grammar, it's got the grammar facts, particles I'll show you, the counters. Then all of these JA Samurai, this is from the website. Now all of these are extras. You have to be a member from the website to get all the extras. As you see, it unlocked 182 extra exercises. Here's the vocabulary, 1600, 2000. Extra words for in one, I'm not sure how many there. The medium level vocabulary here for the themes, 1200, and these go into the vocabulary pack. The oral comprehension, still these are one of my favorite parts. I love oral comprehension and reading exercises. They help me a lot. So these all go into the vocabulary packs, and that's actually one of the things I'll go and look at next. But you have to download these, and one of the things it suggests to do, let me see if it'll do it since I have them installed. So this one doesn't. That's the N5, N4. So I'll just tell you, on the N3, I think it tells you the extras from the website. It'll tell you should probably learn the ones from the app first, because those are easier level and more common. So the bonuses you're getting from being a member from the website are actually a little more difficult and a little more uncommon. So it wants you to learn the ones first, but I went ahead and just installed those. I'm not anywhere near that level. I just installed them for the sake. I actually use my phone way more than BlueStacks here, and that was not supposed to happen. So now we're back. So let's go over here to vocabulary, and here when you open up one of these, you have references, learning, and the learning is where you're just going to look at it, and then you can go to the quiz. You can review. When you're doing the quiz, it's going to give you that XP, so you can kind of keep track. It's a nice way to see that you're progressing, but I don't really pay attention to it. But it does have the SRS built in, so that is one of the ways that you know you're learning. I paid attention to that a lot with the kana. I noticed, I saw my progress when there's symbols at the bottom, because there's flashcards. So you see that they start turning from red to orange to green. They show up a lot less often. So let's just go here. I'm going to go to quiz, to show that we've got all of this here, and you see all of this, but we can switch over here. So we've got themes and all of our themes here. So if we want to pick sport, we can do that. We can choose our level. If we want to focus on JLPT, we can do N5 through N1. The lessons it gives us. You see I've went through these. I went through more, but not all lessons have vocabulary. But you see it's telling me here that I'm doing all right on some of those words, but I still have a long way to go here, here, and here. The writing, I haven't even practiced on some of it, and I'll show you the writing here in a second. So it really is good, but I don't really worry about the writing. I don't quiz the writing very often, because I do writing on my own in a notebook, so I don't quiz on this. I do practice the writing on my phone. I have a Note 10. It's got the stylus, so it's a lot easier to practice on that, but I don't worry about the quiz. So the lesson, and then I said I like the oral comprehension, so we've got the easy amusement park. I actually haven't even listened to this. I've just listened to the amusement park one over and over. But you see some of the vocabulary, obviously, from these have showed up in some of the other things I've listened to or done. Then you can make your own personal lists, and then it sets up your own review for the day. So you have that. So let's go back. Let's look at the Kana, and I'm going to show you learning with the Kana, because the quiz is the exact same with this. So we have, obviously this is and we're going to look at the flashcard. So the flashcard is going to give you the symbol up here. You got the stroke order. We got here, here, and then here. So it's going to tell you how to say it. You got your emoji variations, common mistakes. It's telling you don't confuse it with O. And I really like this part too, the examples of all the different type you can see it in. That can be a big help. Then it's got some example vocabulary, and then you can click to learn those words. And then over here, which is a scroll wheel, but you've got your practice here. So if you want to just be guided, you can scroll the slider here. And I'm not very good with the mouse, but we can practice like this. And then you hit the check mark to check your accuracy. So we can do that. You can add it to a list and create a new list. You can add a personal note, which is great for kanji, or if you want to create your own note with a mnemonic or something for any of this. All of that helps. So any of this is really good. I'm trying to see if that's driving me crazy. So now we're back on the main screen. So we'll look at a kanji example. We'll just do learning, JLPT1 beginner. So obviously you get this. We get an audio clip here.
1月
Down here we see we've got the orange and the writing. And we're going to get a flashcard. We've got our strokes. It tells us JLPT here. Frequency, it shows up. It tells me that I'm going to see this in 4 days. We've got our own reading, Kuhn reading. So you got one horizontal line. We can do a personal note. And then, once again, vocabulary. And you see we got a little more vocabulary with this one. And I I can just scroll all the way down. That's going to take a while, but I'm actually not going to go all the way down. When you get to the bottom on this, it actually gives you the reference where it gets all that, which I found to be a nice little touch. There's several references for the kanji. So if you want to look at different lists for the kanji, we can go from beginner to expert. We can do the audiobook. We can do our personal lists, like whatever we want, miscellaneous. So however you want to do that now. Let's go to particles. So this is where the app is not an all-in-one teach. So we're going to do the lesson here. So as you see, this is all the lesson is. So you're still going to need some other material because you're not going to get it all in one place. But if I go to the references, so we have this one. So we're going to get this, and then we're going to go to this one. So we get some examples. So we're still getting some more detailed information. Can't remember which one I was looking at. It was another app, and it literally would just give you this, give you a brief rundown, and I was not impressed. So this gives me a lot more information. So let's go over to vocabulary and look at a flashcard. So flashcard. So we've got here, 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 here. We've got a nice little breakdown. We can do the personal note. So this is much better. And now here's one of the things I did want to show with the flashcard. We can record and play ourselves, and it does, if you're connected to the internet, it will connect to Google servers and test you to how you say it. So if you're concerned about your pronunciation, which is actually not how high on my list right now, I'm going to go back for that. And now let's flip the card over. So now we've got ankle. We can get a personal note. So it's coming along. Now this app on BlueStacks isn't updated. My phone app is. They've now added example sentences, so it's gotten a little better. So that was a nice little touch. So we go in here to counters. So if I want to aircraft, we get all these examples here. Let's go month. And I find this to be really, really helpful. But my favorite part probably still is just the ability to write, because I have to practice. I have to. That's the only way that the hiragana and the katakana started to stick with me. I'm going to show in another video soon all of my print resources, and I just wrote over and over and over those symbols and finally stuck. I know some people get stuff like that quick. For some reason, I had to write it over and over and over. Alright, so I'm going to look at this lesson. This is lesson... it doesn't really matter. So here's how the lessons are set up. This is my nationality. This is lesson 4. So it starts out here. It gives you a dialogue. You've got your text here. You've got your emoji. You've got your translation. And you've got your audio. So now we've got some lesson text. Here's your vocabulary for the lesson. So you want to learn this, then you can quiz it. I'm actually not sure why I'm so low on this vocabulary. I'm pretty good on this one. So then we get introduced to counters. And then here's what I like. Now, this isn't like if you've used any of the other apps where you are being graded on the spot. If you've used like Duolingo or Busuu or Lingodeer, which if you look out in the future, I'll probably be doing some Lingodeer videos because you're going to see my videos show me using these apps. I just want to do an overview of this one. But this one, you're going to be doing it on your own. So this is more set up like a textbook. And there's plenty of exercises. So you go through. So and this is how, but you see, these exercises get a little more advanced. So you've got to pay attention and use the other modules. So this requires you to dig around in the app, use the resources available to you. But I think this is a great supplemental tool to other materials like the textbooks you can get, like Genki or Japanese from Zero. So I think if you're looking for an app to supplement, this will be probably at the top of my list. It's my most used app, and the lifetime subscription cost me, I think, $12. So it's not a bad deal for all the material you get. If you want to get access to the website on top of that, I can't remember the price, but it was still cheaper than a year membership to the other ones. So there, well, as you can see, I got plenty of apps open there that I've been looking at, and most of them I don't like. It's very rare for me to find apps that I like, but I found a few, and I'll be using them in videos coming up. So, if you like this video, give me a like, give me a subscribe, leave me a comment if you want me to look at any particular app, and I'll be sure to check it out. Till next time.